Welcome to Workforce Solutions Cameron. Many of you have asked us, what should I wear to a job interview? What do you mean when you say dress for success? A polished outfit will contribute to a positive first impression during a job interview. Although our tips are great for most job interviews, we recognize there are special circumstances where exceptions can be made. The recommendations you are about to hear are great for most job interviews. We understand that depending on your industry, you might want to be creative with your outfit. For instance, for a fashion editor job, you might want to go bold and wear a memorable statement accessory. We also understand that you might know someone who wore jeans and a disheveled look to a job interview and still got hired. We are glad it worked for them, but those would be considered exceptions to the rules. We hope the information we're about to share helps you create a professional look for your next interviews. Today we will review how to dress for a job interview from head to toe for both men and women. Let's start from the head and work our way down. For both ladies and gentlemen, we recommend your hair should be neatly combed and styled. Avoid a style that allows you to fiddle with your hair. This makes you appear nervous and unsure. Do keep your hair off your face. Sunglasses pushed up into your hair is a definite no. It looks messy and unprofessional. Ladies, if you decide to wear makeup, use understated makeup in natural tones. Don't wear too much makeup and don't overdo your eyeshadow. Avoid heavy eyeliner or brightly colored lipstick because this can make you appear frivolous and unprofessional. And gentlemen, you want to have a traditional haircut and have a clean shave before the interview to make a good impression. If you really want to retain your facial hair, make sure it is neatly trimmed. We are now moving on to the actual clothing. Ladies and gentlemen, your clothes should fit properly, not too tight or too loose. Make sure your clothes are clean and in good condition. Remember, when in doubt, opt for conservative or safe. By conservative, we mean solid neutral tones and modest instead of revealing. Dressing for success often implies dressing up from our day-to-day clothes. The more formal and polished, the better. And oftentimes, you do not need to get super dressed up. For instance, a quick, easy way to do it is to throw a jacket or blazer on. Our recommendation for both men and women would be wearing a suit or a business suit, especially if you are applying for an executive or managerial position. However, there are great alternatives for acceptable clothing for a job interview. For example, for men, we recommend a long sleeve shirt and dressy pants. The most casual you can get away with are tucked polo shirt and khaki pants. Women have more options available to them as they could wear a dress and a blazer, a crisp button down shirt, or a nice blouse with some knee length skirt or dressy pants. Some of the clothing we want to stay away from are short sleeve shirts and jeans. Remember, you may know someone who got a job wearing jeans to an interview, but this doesn't make our recommendations outdated. Most employers nowadays expect you to make some effort for your job interview. Ladies, if you decide to wear a skirt or a dress, make sure your hemline falls just above or on your knee. Short and split skirts are difficult to sit comfortably in. It is better to stay away from them. Hiring managers complain about candidates who wear short skirts and sexy clothing to job interviews. It is unprofessional and detracts from the real purpose of the interview, which is to assess your job skills. Low necklines, transparent fabric, and bra straps on display should be avoided as they contribute to make you look unprofessional. Men should avoid wearing sleeveless shirts, baggy clothes, and sweats as they can create an impression of untidiness. Pants pulled down around your hips look unprofessional. We recommend using pants with a longer pull and using a belt. preferably one that combines with your election of shoes. In addition, using a long sleeve shirt is highly recommended. Let's talk about accessories. One of our recommendations usually surprises people. We recommend not wearing any perfume or cologne. You might ask why. Well, you never know if the interviewer has any allergies or simply doesn't like the smell of your cologne or perfume, and you don't want anything getting in the way of that job. Remember also to keep accessories to a minimal and very subtle. You want to be remembered because of your job skills and not because of a distracting oversized accessory. Ladies, you want to wear understated jewelry. Ostentatious in your face jewelry can be a big distraction and give the impression of flashiness. Big dangling earrings and jangling bracelets are particularly distracting on women candidates as they bounce about as you talk and move your hands. In addition, you want to avoid any other piercing than those on your ears. Anklets can make your feet a focal point. An unintended effect if you wanted the interviewer to concentrate on your face and what you have to say. For men, a classic watch and one simple ring per hand are acceptable. Avoid necklaces, bracelets, and or piercings. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to have clean and trimmed nails. We have come to the last part of our attire, shoes. We recommend using comfortable closed-toe shoes. Wear black or brown flats, pumps, or low heels. Make sure your shoes are not scuffed, scratched, or dirty, and avoid strap sandals, flip-flops, sky-high stilettos, sneakers, or brightly colored shoes. We will now move over to a small exercise, choosing an appropriate look for the interview. Please observe the two options below and choose the correct outfit. I hope you said the one to the left is the best option. Let's review. Why is the model on the right not the best option? There are two very notable items that make her outfit inappropriate for a job interview. First, her see-through blouse, and second, her high and strappy heels. Now, please observe the two options below and choose the correct outfit. I hope you said the one to the right is the correct one. Now let's review the one to the left. We can find two mistakes. The first one being jeans and being torn jeans. The second one is the sneakers. Next, we observe two ladies in two different types of dresses. Which one do you think would be the right choice? I hope you said the one to the left. Why do you think the one to the right is not the appropriate model? Let's review it. The hemline is not to the knee, and well, the dress is too tight. Between these two gentlemen below, which one do you believe is dressed appropriately for a job interview? I hope you said the man to the left. Why is the man to the right not appropriately dressed? For one, he is wearing jeans, and second, he is wearing tennis shoes. Next, we have these two gentlemen below. Which one do you think is wearing the appropriate attire for a job interview? I hope you said the man to the right. Why do you think the man to the left is not dressed appropriately? He is wearing a t-shirt and jeans. And remember, we want to avoid wearing these to a job interview because they are too informal. We have arrived at our last attire comparison. So which man do you believe is dressed appropriately for the job interview? The man on the left is perfectly dressed for a job interview. On the other hand, the man on the right is being overly casual with the polo and the sneakers. We hope this information has been useful for you. We hope you dress for success in your next interview. Thank you for your time and best of lucks.